What's up guys, it's the Bio Chef here. Today we're going to be looking at a practice question about transplanted cells. So, cells of a tadpole determined to form an eye and transplanted to the tail will A. Redifferentiate to tail cells, B. Form an eye, C. Dedifferentiate to remain stem cells, D. Dedifferentiate to stem cells and then differentiate to tail cells, or E. Cause the entire tail to become an eye. So I'll give you a second to pause this video and try to do this on your own. So the correct answer is going to be B, forms an eye. But why is this the correct answer? So if we're thinking about transplanting cells, this is actually like a process called transdetermination. This occurs when cells in one part of the body adopt the properties of cells from another part of the body. In certain experimental conditions, cells can be induced to form organs that are different from the tissues they normally would be from. In the case of tadpole, if cells determined to form an eye are transplanted to the tail, they will still be able to form an eye, even in their new location. So that's why B would be the correct answer choice. Let's look at A, redifferentiate to tail cells. So this is incorrect because, as I mentioned before, the transdifferentiation phenomenon, cells that were determined to form an eye can retain their ability to form an eye even after being transplanted to the tail. If they redifferentiated, they would become tail cells, but in this case, they're able to form an eye. So that's why A is wrong. Let's look at C. Dedifferentiate and remain stem cells. This is incorrect because this refers to the reversal of a cell's differentiation process, meaning it would become less specialized and revert back to a stem cell. In this case, the cells are not reverting back to a stem cell state, but instead retaining their eye-forming properties. So that's why C is wrong. Let's look at D. It's also wrong for the same reasons. D differentiates to stem cells and then differentiates to tail cells. So for similar reasons, if the cell were to redifferentiate to stem cell state, they would not be able to retain their eye-forming properties and would then have to differentiate again to become tail cells. But as previously mentioned, the cells in this case are able to form an eye, indicating that they have not dedifferentiated. So let's look at E, cause the entire tail to become an eye. This is wrong because even if the transplanted cells were able to form an eye, it would only be a small isolated region of the tail. The rest of the tail would still be composed of tail cells and would not be transformed into an eye. So that's going to be all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.